I don't like to over dramatize things, but I don't know if you put in words what it means to our kids. I really don't, and so I'll leave it at that. It's a high school football game, and that's what it is. But shoot, like I said, I feel like I want to jump out of my skin right now, but it's just trying to understand that we got work left to do, and that was the thing we talked about our kids. I go, can you imagine going through those 2-a-day practices when it's 100 degrees and you just want to be done with practice? And then you get this time of the year, and we talked about it yesterday, about fighting and bleeding for another practice. And that's the cool part about it. State playoffs, I told the kids, I was fortunate enough to be in them before and just be involved in them. And it's such a privilege. But I did tell them, I go, the one thing about it is so unique is you have to get it yourself. Like, nobody can tell you about it. You can't have somebody share their high school experience about it. You got to play in the playoff game and move on in high school football to really get it. And man, I tell you what a deserving group of kids. And I'm super excited for everybody.
How different was the team's mentality tonight compared to last week with the Boone building?
I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one. I'd like to give you an answer. I think practice this week went really well. We mixed things up this week. We hit a lot in practice this week, kind of on one of those premises of like, what do you got to lose? Because we weren't very physical against Boonville, and when you search for solutions, you're trying to find an answer, and then you put it into effect that week in practice. And, you kind of hold your breath a little bit, wondering if it's the right thing, but it obviously proved well. We really got after it tonight, and we really swarmed to the football and made sure tackles, and that's something we haven't done consistently all year.
I was going to ask about how your defense played tonight. Obviously in the second half you got key sacks and turnovers and downs when you needed.
Yeah, and our defensive ends are athletic enough, and we're big enough. If we ever get people in that situation, which hasn't happened that much, we feel real confident that we can put pressure, on the passer, especially when he's got to sit and you're trying to get big yardage at a time. But like I said, I think they said something about, I think we held California to 32 yards of rushing offense in the game. And I tell you what, California's a good football team. We've watched them on film all year, and they've put up a ton of points on people. So, my hat's off, go off to Coach Silvers and Coach Gordon and those guys on defense. They've really been staying true to what they want to do in the defensive schemes, and I think just waiting for our kids to kind of put it all together. And tonight was fortunate for us, was the night. I tell you what, it's just been a blessing for me to be involved. 4 years, and when you talk about having a 4-year plan, you obviously want it to work in 4 years. But you take what you can get, and we're pleased with our kids' effort this year. But to come out and finish our final game like this and make the state playoffs is pretty unbelievable.